grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
You're in 7th grade. How come you're not in school today? Just a question. You got a special exemption today, I'm sure. All right, what would you like to say to us?
Well, first of all, I'm honored to be here. And I thank you for inviting me. And, well, I'd like to start off by saying that during the end of November, I was given an assignment in civics class to write a letter to a congressman of my choice. And I was supposed to write about an issue that I found to be a pressing issue. So I chose to write about education, namely the curriculum, Common Core. And I started off by saying that I attended a private school in Ohio for 3 years until I moved to Gainesville, Florida, where I was accepted into a magnet program for about roughly 7 months. And then I moved to Tallahassee, where I started going to Marford Middle School. Up until about 6th grade, I was a straight-A student. Actually, a lot of my colleagues were too. But right up until about 6th grade, Montfort Middle School started accepting Common Core, the Common Core curriculum. After that, my grades started dropping, so I decided to do more research on it. And I found some pretty interesting statistics. I found that, to tell you the truth, 55% of all the teachers in America are having trouble with Common Core, teaching their kids about it. In fact, I remember my parents were discussing a conference that they had with my sister's teacher, who was in 5th grade at the moment. They were having a conference with her because my sister was not getting the grades that they were expecting. And the teacher explained that she could not, she had trouble helping the students with their homework and their classwork because it was really, complicated to teach. And that kind of caught my eye when I was writing the letter. I also found that 75% of college students are actually having trouble with Common Core, and that they might actually, when they get out of college, they might actually be 2 grade levels lower than the average 8th grader. And we're not talking about 3rd grade kids doing long division. We're talking about 18 to 25-year-olds or more. And as you can see, Common Core doesn't seem to appeal to many people involved with it. I'd also like to state that I don't really believe that the federal government has the right to test a brand new curriculum on me and my whole generation, for that matter, to see if it works or not, because that's basically an experiment. And based on evidence previously discussed, it doesn't seem to work anyway. So,
Sophia, I'm going to give you about 4 more minutes, so you want to get towards the end of your presentation.
okay, I'm towards the end of it.
See how it works so easy.
Just the letter assignment, not a whole essay. Anyway, and if the new curriculum doesn't work, then my whole generation is affected. And when all the students finish school and go to leave and continue their own life, they might emerge from school like not really knowing anything fundamental that they need to know. And they might actually become unemployed or get a job that is below their abilities, skills. And then when they have their own kids and they are teaching them, they might end up teaching them the same things that they learned, which is not really anything fundamental, and so on and so forth for most of the generations to come. Therefore, I suggest that we do something about Common Core, like defunding it or any other means, before it's too late, and we might end up with a generation that might not know anything fundamental. I really believe that we can accomplish a lot more if we look out for America's future citizens by laying out the right path instead of placing like twists and turns and forks in the road, like what we have in Common Core. Thank you for taking this issue into consideration.
Sophie, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did the congressman respond to you at all?
Not that I know of exactly, because
It would have come in the mail.
Hmm?
It would have come to you in the mail. Did you get anything in the mail?
Not that I know of, because I don't really check the mail a lot.
Well, I'm going to ask you to start checking the mail, because you made a couple of comments that we're going to respond to you in writing, okay? So keep your eye out. Thank you for coming today and sharing your thoughts. Really appreciate it. Anybody have any questions for Sophia? You scared them. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. All right, members,